Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about some Real Housewives of Beverly Hills news. But before we jump in, I did want to say that we don't have any lives today. We're coming back tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. with Zach Peter to do another big announcement while also recapping Real Housewives of New Jersey. Of course, Jason's back tonight for Anchor Watch at 11 p.m. So there's still a lot happening and we have pre-records coming your way. I did also want to add in that we are filling your Cameo orders. And if you guys have not picked up your tour merch, you can find it right on the shelf below this video. With that, we're back to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because Lisa Rinna is at it again, shading Lisa Vanderpump with a custom doll photo. Still talking about the crown, whether it's heavy or not. We're going to jump into all of it. Before we jump in though, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So according to Reality Blurb, it looks like Lisa Rinna is at it again. Even though Lisa Vanderpump is nowhere to be found on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it is not stopping Lisa Rinna because she needs a target. She needs somebody to go in on because we know for sure she's not talking about her own life. Lisa Rinna made a shady dig at Lisa Vanderpump on Instagram over the weekend, and ahead of the highly anticipated season 12 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Rinna took to her social media page, which she gave a nod to Vanderpump's season 7 tagline in 2016 that said, "The crown is heavy, darling, so let's leave it where it belongs," or just leave it where it belongs. Listen, the point is the crown is heavy, okay? As she showed off a custom doll inspired by a season 10 moment in which she also dissed Vanderpump, Lisa Rinna proclaimed for the umpteenth time that the crown, well, Vanderpump once wore is actually not that heavy. She said, "Not heavy. I love the Lisa Rinna doll. She's shadier than I am," Rinna proclaimed in the caption of her post, giving a nod to Mason Charles, who was behind the creation of her signature doll. On Mason Charles' page, they shared a video of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 10 moment in which Rinna was seen trying on a gold crown while wearing a hot pink blazer and white shirt. As Lisa Vanderpump's voice was heard in the background, Rinna picked up the crown and took a look at herself in the mirror. You guys remember that. We remember. The point is, too, Lisa Vanderpump was not kicked off the show. No, she didn't give, they didn't take anything away from her. She left the show because her mother passed away, her father passed away, and nobody gave her the time to grieve anything. We just watched this with Meredith Marks on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She's having a whole breakdown moment. They're questioning, when was your father buried? Was he buried on Monday or Tuesday? Which really is not even important because if you have been to a funeral or if you know anything about it, sometimes these things last 2, 3, 4 days. So when her father was buried, it wasn't necessary to have that information, and they just kept digging and she's grieving. They did the same thing to Lisa Vanderpump. She said multiple times, "Right now is not the time. My brother took his own life. My mother is no longer with us." And they took that and they saw that she was in a vulnerable moment, and they took it as a moment of weakness and they went in on her. And they probably celebrated the fact that she ended up walking away from the franchise, which is really shitty, but that's kind of what they did. After trying on the crown, as fans may recall, Lisa Rinna, well, she declared in an interview that it's not so heavy. And according to her last Instagram post, not much has changed. In recent years, the crown of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has been a hot topic in a number of occasions. And while it typically has been an ongoing feud involving the Lisas of the series, Kyle Richards was dragged into the mix in 2020 when a fan on Twitter suggested that it was she who was the most deserving of the title of the Queen of Beverly Hills. "The crown is heavy, darling, so just leave it where it belongs," on Kyle Richards' head, the fan wrote. And this fan, who, like Vanderpump, was also from UK. And while Vanderpump doesn't always fight back, she did offer a rebuttal at the time. "Way to support your countrymen, LOL." Days later, Lisa Rinna took a shot at Lisa Vanderpump by sharing a photo of herself wearing a shirt that featured a photo of herself wearing the same crown, along with a message that read, "You guessed it, it's not so heavy." Now, guys, we know that we're getting the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills back on May 11th, which May is going to be a great month. Let me just say. We finish off our tour in April. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Nashville, and New York, April 7th, 13th, and 28th. And then we come back, we get to relax a little bit, which that doesn't ever happen. So I don't know what I'm talking about. May 1st, we get Atlanta. And then Beverly Hills is right around the corner on May 11th. Those are two of my favorite franchises, so I can't wait for them to come back. And we're hearing that Beverly Hills this season is going to be explosive from the get-go. Kyle Richards did a recent interview and said it started on day one when she did her store opening in Palm Desert. And she said it's like the women just like picked up where they left off and everyone's fighting all over again. But I think that's what we get when we film back to back, because normally the women have about 2 or 3 months of off time, but that didn't happen in this case because Bravo, Andy, the suit and ties at the network, they wanted to have the cameras right in Erica Girardi's face to not miss a moment of what was going on with the Girardi scandal. They weren't going to let Erica go around and, get a new house or a new job or start a new business or date a new man or get another lawsuit attached to her name without having the cameras there. So it didn't give the women any time to have space to be away from each other. So they were already in mode. They were already in fight mode where the claws were out. And I think, honestly, if it works the way that Kyle Richards is pitching it to us, that we should do every season like this. Let's just pick up the cameras where we left off. We just did it with Salt Lake City. We're hearing Salt Lake City season 3 is also going to be explosive, and the same thing for Beverly Hills. We also have a huge cast for Beverly Hills coming this season. I think it's 10 women. Crystal Kung Minkoff, Garcelle Bouvet, Dorit Kemsley, Lisa Rinna, Erica Girardi, Kyle Richards, Kathy Hilton, Sanella Diana Jenkins, Sheree Zampino. Who am I missing? I don't know. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but we'll find them. Anyways, I want to know what you guys are looking forward to. Are you here for season 12? Will you be watching it and recapping it with me? Because bet your AWS, I will be here mentioning it all. And also, guys, I know I've said this in other lives, and I'm not trying to jam it down anybody's throat. I just want to make sure everybody gets their tickets while you can. If you have not gotten your tickets for Los Angeles, Nashville, or New York, LA is officially sold out. Nashville's not far behind, and New York is our furthest date out, but tickets are still flying. So go to spillingtealive.com, grab your tickets, and when you do, take a screenshot, send it to me, and I will post it on my social media. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to smash that like button, and we will see you so very soon. Bye, guys.